بإذن الله بالله التوفيق إن شاء الله بإذن الله. Today we'll cover a few things إن شاء الله تعالى in terms of makharij, but I need to make sure that we are live on Facebook because some people they wait for our session on Facebook, on social media, on YouTube as well. If anybody let me know inshallah whether we are live now, then I can start inshallah. اللهم صل على جزاك الله خير. إن الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وبعد. My dear brothers and sisters in Islam, whoever is watching on social media platform and whoever is here in this majlis, in this musalla, in this masjid, جزاكم الله خيرا وأحسن جزاء في الدنيا وفي الآخرة. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward you in abundance, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make everything easy for the ummah, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us the Ahl al-Quran. Two disclaimers. Number one is this, the way we design this, the whole session, the class, is for the beginners. I know many Arab brothers are here, like Ustad Abdul Fattah, mashallah, Brother Mazin, mashallah, لسان عربي مبين ما شاء الله. Brother, أنت من العرب أيضا؟ أنت من العرب؟ سومالي خلاص، سومالي ومن شاء الله أحسن من العرب. ما شاء الله تبارك الله. What's your name أخي؟ حسن ما شاء الله تبارك الله. الله يبارك فيك، ربنا تقبل إن شاء الله. The brothers, those who are behind the pillars, I want to see your beautiful face. If you come forward inshallah ta'ala today, and if you can get the barakah, inshallah, that would be really great. MashaAllah, the tea is ready to see. MashaAllah. Is it tea or zamzam? Tea, MashaAllah. MashaAllah. Jazakallah khairan. Although I have got tea, but because of the barakah, because you have got barakah in your hand, that's why I'm having it. Thank you. Bismillah. Marvelous. Alhamdulillah. Jazakallah khairan. My dear brothers and sisters in Islam, you can see on the screen, it's called Wastul Lisan. Wastul Lisan. Last time I discussed, remember, mashallah, I told you about, just a recap, that there are four parts of the lisan, the tongue we use to pronounce at least 18 letters. Already we covered the huruf al-halqi, yani the throat letters, al-jawf, the letters we use to use the air. And now inshallah ta'ala, and also I covered aqsa al-lisan, right? The farthest part of lisan, the tongue, or the closest part of the tongue, or you can say the base of the tongue. And also, my dear brothers and sisters in Islam, we covered from that aqsa al-lisan. How many letters from aqsa al-lisan? Extreme back of the tongue. How many letters we pronounce? Can anybody tell me? Because in the last session, those who were here, can anybody tell me, inshallah, those who are behind the pillars, mashallah, if anybody can raise their hands and then say, inshallah ta'ala, which letters we were practicing last time. And I gave you a task as well. I can't forget. I gave you a task as well. Last time we practiced off and kaf. We practice aqqa, and then subhanAllah we lay down. And then we practice aqqa, yeah? And then ak, and kaf as well. Kaf and qaf we practice, subhanAllah, the deepest part of the throat. Yeah, subhanAllah, we practice that. And which we have chosen a surah from the Quran Kareem. What was the surah? Surah Al-Falaq, mashallah. Spot on, Sheikh Mazin, mashallah. This is the benefit. If anybody from Arab community, mashallah, comes and joins us, mashallah, tabarakallah. I believe everybody can remember Surah Al-Falaq. Is there anyone who can recite Surah Al-Falaq voluntarily? Then we can move on, inshallah ta'ala. We need to address middle of the tongue today, and that you can see already on the slide, 3 letters. And these are not the tricky letters. But Qaf is a very tricky one because it doesn't exist in other languages. It's a unique letter. In some languages they have got Qaf, like Urdu, but they don't pronounce the way we do in Arab. Yeah. Can anybody recite Surah Al-Falaq? Inshallah. Voluntary. Okay. Yeah. Mashallah. Walks up. Mashallah. ما شاء الله ما شاء الله تبارك الله الله يبارك فيكم جزاه الله خيرا وأحسن الجزاء. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward him in abundance. Today, in Surah Al-Falaq, there are many other letters, but we are just focusing on Qaf itself. Yeah? Right. He recited very well, mashallah. And his Qaf was there. Mashallah, tabarakallah, Allahumma barik. Jazakallahu khair wa ahsana jaza. Anybody, anyone else? Yes, Mazin. Very good, mashallah, mashallah. Brother Imran, where are you? Oh, really? Okay, mashallah, tabarakallah. So he has got a job now. Mashallah, mashallah. Okay, are you gonna say this surah? Inshallah. Huh? Brother Imran, are you gonna recite Surah Al-Falaq? Very good, mashallah. His waqab was perfect. Waqab, Qaf was there. But in other words, subhanallah, he was trying, mashallah. But slowly but surely we're getting there. Slowly but surely we're getting there, inshallah ta'ala. Can you all read this? Anybody wants to say this, inshallah ta'ala? Voluntarily, apart from, how about brother Deen, mashallah? Are you going to say? There is no haraj. We all make mistake. I make mistake. Yeah, we learn from our mistakes. And for every letter you get how many rewards? 10 rewards. And not only that, what's happening now? The angels are surrounding us. And Allah's mercy is bestowing upon us. Those who are watching on Facebook, they are mahroom from all of these. But alhamdulillah, we have got the angels are surrounding us, mashallah, because we're in the mosque, in the majlis, in the subhanallah, this jalsa, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept this. Ameen, ya Rabbal Alamin. Yallah, brother Deen. ومن شيء النفاثات في العقد. MashaAllah, we all make mistakes, subhanAllah. This is easy surah, but sometimes easy things you can't say easily. Am I right? Am I right? Sometimes easy thing you can't say easily. Subhanallah. I can remember once I was Sheikh, by the way, I used to, Sheikh Shuraim and Sheikh Sudais, they are my ustad, my teachers, back in Mecca, Makkah al-Mukarramah. So, Sheikh Shuraim, he was reciting Surah Al-Baqarah. And the very first day in Ramadan, that was a few years ago, before COVID. Subhanallah. And that was Qiyamul Layl, Tahajjud time, Shuraim. In our Shuraim, he's no longer an Imam of Kaaba, right? So back in those days, Shuraim and Sudais, they were the main Imams and the hearts of Makkah al-Mukarramah, the voice of the Quran in that sense. So Subhanallah, he started, recitation, the first rakah, the very first rakah. Alif Lam Mim ذلك الكتاب لا ريب فيه هدى للعالمين هدى للعالمين. He kept on saying هدى للعالمين. What is that? هدى للتقين. He kept on saying. Subhanallah. The people at the back, very back, from Misfala, they were saying هدى للعالمين, not هدى للعالمين, هدى للمتقين. They were screaming. Because he started from Alif Lam Mim. ذَلِكَ الْكِتَابُ لَا رَيْبَ. Both way are right. لَا رَيْبَ فِيهِ or لَا رَيْبَ, you can stop there. لَا رَيْبَ فِيهِ هُدًى لِلْمُتَّقِينَ. So he said هُدًى لِلْعَالَمِينَ few times. Subhanallah. And then later he said هُدًى لِلْمُتَّقِينَ. Subhanallah. So we all make mistake. And حتى في الحرم. Yeah, this is the Quran. And sometimes even I get scared. My children, even they don't want to lead the prayer because they make mistake. Okay. Anybody else? Because I don't want to force anyone. Because if you come intentionally and from your heart, because it's the Quran, I want you to love the Quran. This is all about to love the Quran, to make relationship with the Quran. This is not just, I'm going to give a big lecture, you need to perfect your qaf, you need to perfect your ha, otherwise you are in trouble. No, we are all adults. Some children are there as well. Inshallah, tabarakallah. Yes, of course.
شر ما خلق ومن شر غاسق إذا وقب ومن شر النفاثات في العقد ومن شر حاسد إذا حسد.
MashaAllah, tabarakallah. But we need to make sure we cannot exaggerate. Say for example, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل أعوذ برب الفلق. Not falaq. You don't need to be extremist in that sense. Yeah. من شر ما خلق ومن شر غاسق إذا وقب ومن شر النفاثات في العقد ومن شر حاسد إذا حسد. Can you all practice please? From ta'awud. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. After me please, not with me. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. By the way, if your ta'awud and basmala are perfect, then 50% of the Quran you can read without mistake. The moment you say a'udhu from tip to the tongue, we're not covering dal today, but when you come to dal, inshallah, we'll talk about this. Billahi minash shaytanir rajim. Jim and Sheen we are covering inshallah today. And Bismillahir ha is there, the heavy one. Yeah, from Ain and Ha, from Wastul Halaq, from the middle part of the throat we pronounce, because we already covered this in our previous classes. MashaAllah, tabarakallah. So if our ta'awud and basmala are perfect, then we can read 50% of the Quran without making mistakes. Say insha'Allah. That's why you practice at least ta'awud 5 times. Is that alright? Because Ain is there, the tricky one. The the halqi letter, yeah? أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. 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 Can you please all sit together? I'm not going to say. Three times, please. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Make sure it's not Rahman Rahim. Rah, both are heavy. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Can you please say three times without me, inshallah? قل أعوذ برب الفلق. قل أعوذ برب الفلق. قل أعوذ برب الفلق. This is your turn. Can you please say now? من شر ما خلق. من شر ما خلق. من شر ما خلق. This is your turn now. ومن شر غاسق إذا وقب. ومن شر غاسق إذا وقب. ومن شر غاسق إذا وقب. Your turn now. ومن شر النفاثات في العقد. ومن شر النفاثات في العقد. ومن شر النفاثات في العقد. We'll practice another twice, inshallah, 2 times, because it's the trickiest verse. وَمِن شَرِّ النَّفَّاثَاتِ فِي الْعُقَدِ. وَمِن شَرِّ النَّفَّاثَاتِ فِي الْعُقَدِ. Can you please say? Again. Again. In the last verse there is no qaf. Just in a subhana 3 times. وَمِن شَرِّ حَاسِدٍ إِذَا حَسَدَ. وَمِن شَرِّ حَاسِدٍ إِذَا حَسَدَ. وَمِن شَرِّ حَاسِدٍ إِذَا حَسَدَ. The whole surah once, inshallah. Now say with me. Now after me. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قل أعوذ برب الفلق من شر ما خلق ومن شر غاسق إذا وقب ومن شر النفاثات في العقد ومن شر حاسد إذا حسد. MashaAllah, tabarakallah. My dear brothers and sisters in Islam, today we are talking about, as we already mentioned, that the middle of the tongue. So wastul lisan, last time we talked about the extreme back of the tongue or base of the tongue or the closest part, the closed part of the tongue. And today we are talking about the wastul lisan, the middle of the tongue. 3 letters originate from this makhraj, and they are called al-huruf ash-shajariyah. Shajariyah. What is shajar? 3. Well done. That's the beauty of Arab man, mashallah. And what is stone in Arabic? What is a stone? Rock in Arabic. Hajar. Mashallah. Jazakallah khair. And what is the moon in Arabic? Qamar. Mashallah. So, let me say carefully, I don't want to say anything bad about any community, but in some community they say Qamarul Islam, they say Qamarul Islam, Qam. They put sukun on mim. Qamrul Islam, Qamrul Bay. Qamrul, but that's wrong. You get me, yeah? That's Qamarul Islam, Qamaruddin, Qamar. What is Qamar? The moon. Yeah. So you make mistake. Subhanallah. Right. So Jim, Ya, Shin, and Subhanallah. So these are letters we use from the middle of the tongue. Yeah? Subhanallah. And you can see the note, on note, Ya, this is the makhraj of the sound of Ya when it has a haraka on it. And when it is sakin or sukun, and preceded by a fatha. When you give example, inshallah, then you will understand. The makhraj of these 3 letters is the middle of the tongue touching the hard palate above. Not down above. Hard palate above, yeah? These are the letters, they exist in other languages. They exist in Bangla, in Urdu, in Swahili, in Somalia language, in English even. yeah, in German, in French, and in Spanish even. So that's why we're not gonna pass too much time on it, but we make some mistakes, and that's why I put I turn a video on, inshallah ta'ala, and that would be really helpful for you. Yeah, inshallah.
This is plugin. I never go anywhere without it. At the tap of a button, it records.
Sorry.
This is lesson 6 of Makharij and Sifat.
This is lesson 6 of Makharij and Sifat series. Last lesson, we started discussing the letters of the tongue. The most important piece of information that we should remember before proceeding is that the tongue is divided into 4 areas. The deepest part of the tongue, which we discussed last lesson with the letters
Did we discuss this, Mazin,
Qaf
last time?
and
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
Kaf. The middle part of the tongue, the edge of the tongue, and the tip of the tongue. So in this lesson, we'll move to the middle part of the tongue, which contains the articulation point for Jim, Sheen, and Ya. So let's get started with the first one, Jim. Jim is produced when the middle part of the tongue is raised, making contact with the hard palate. Remember, the 2 organs, the tongue and the hard palate, must be touching, otherwise the sound of Jim will be incorrect. Edge, edge.
Can we practice this? Edge, edge. We say in Bengali, edge. What is edge in Bengali? Today. Edge. In Urdu? Same. Because you are our brothers, that's the same language, pretty much same. So, Edge, yeah? Okay, now please concentrate. On Jim there is bouncing sound. What is this? Bouncing sound? What do you call, brother? What is the bouncing sound? Anybody knows? Brother from Somalia, what is the bouncing sound? What do you say in Tajweed? لا تدري؟ Oh, the brother Siraj said, qalqala. So you need to vibrate. Aj, not Bengali aj, not Urdu aj. That's Arabic. Brother Muhammad, aj. Okay. Whenever you find in the entire Quran, whenever you find Jim with sukun, you need to make echoing sound. Vibrate. Aj. Wal fajr wa layalin ashr. Not wal fajr. Wal fajr. Even I can't say without qalqala because we practiced. Subhanallah. Yeah. So aj. Yeah. Tajri min tahtiha al. In the Quran, you find this ayah over and over again. Tajri min tahtiha al-anhar. تجري من تحتها الأنهار تجري not تجري yes أج yeah okay keep on listening inshallah
جاء فج تجري. Notice the sound of Jim in Arabic is a plosive sound, and this means 2 things. First, the
Edge.
sound is made by completely blocking the flow of air.
Sound is made by completely blocking the flow of air before it leaves the body and makes the sound. Second, the sound cannot be maintained or extended.
So once the sound is
Edge.
released, you cannot
Edge.
maintain it or
So once the sound is released, you cannot maintain it or keep it going.
Sheen. Yeah,
Moving
inshallah.
on to the second letter, Sheen. In its technique, Sheen
Same
is
makharij.
very similar to that of Jim. So the middle part of the tongue is raised towards the hard palate. But there is one major difference. With Sheen, there is no connection or touching between the hard palate and the middle part of the tongue whatsoever. So, unlike Jim, Sheen is a fricative sound, which means that it is produced by the sound of air passing through the small space that is created. That's why Sheen is a continuous sound that will flow as long as you can push air out. Ash.
Can you say that? Ash. Ash. You see the flow. Ash. And it's very easy because Sheen, we say, in the class when the children they make bad choice, and we say shh, shh, shush, shush, yeah, shush, ash, 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 yeah. So I think it's pretty much easy for everyone, but let's practice 3 times. Ash, ash, ash. Good, inshallah. I think it's easy. Ta is not difficult. Ta is a bit difficult, but
Ash.
yeah.
الشيطان
So the middle part of the tongue
غواش
doesn't make contact with the
يغشى.
and now
So the middle part of the tongue is raised, but it doesn't make contact with the hard palate. And now
What is
the
غير
last
المادي? He will
letter,
explain.
which is the ya. Specifically, الياء
We say semi-vowel.
غير المادية. In English, we call that ya as a semi-vowel. So what is الياء غير المادية, or the semi-vowel? Well, الياء المادية is the ya that functions as a vowel. And this happens when the ya is preceded by a letter that has kasra. And الياء غير المادية is a semi-vowel because it can accept short vowels like fatha, dhamma, or kasra, which happens only if it is preceded by anything other than kasra.
Can you please say this?
Compare
Then you can
these
understand.
examples.
Al-masakin. 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 What is al-masakin? What is the singular of al-masakin? Miskin. Thank you. Yeah, like myself, miskin. Poor man. So wow. Yeah. So al-masakin. In zakat, how many? There is a verse in the Quran in Surah At-Tawbah, verse number 60. إنما الصدقات للفقراء والمساكين. Masakin. You can give sadaqah to 8 kind of people. Okay, right.
مستقيم.
Mustaqim. Ibrahim. Ibrahim. There is qalqala on ba as well, because this is qalqala letter. But we'll come to this inshallah, because we are not focusing on qalqala today.
البيوت.
Al-buyut. Al-buyut. Yeah.
قريش.
Very important. Quraysh.
Al-Yata.
Quraysh. Quraysh. So this is, he's talking about غير المادية, semi-vowel. اليتامى.
ما.
يوما.
Notice, الياء غير المادية is preceded by anything other than kasra. But notice how every ya maddiya is preceded by kasra. Now, both of these 2 types of ya come from 2 different articulation points. Al-ya al-maddiya was previously discussed, Can you still remember where it
Can
is
you remember?
pronounced
Can you
from?
remember? Because
Let us know in
al-jawf,
the
we covered this al-jawf.
comments below. But as for al-ya غير المادية, it is pronounced from the middle part of the tongue, which is raised towards the hard palate. But the point at which ya is produced is slightly behind the point of shin and jim, as you can see in the chart. There's also a gap allowing air to escape and produce the sound.
Ay, Bunay, Bunay. You know which surah? Which surah? Yeah, in many surahs, Bunay. Like the prophets, when they met, they talked about, when they addressed the children, they said what? Ya Bunay, oh my beloved son. Not like us. Surah Safat, yeah? Surah Luqman, Surah Yusuf. Ya Bunay, yeah? And then in Surah Safat, like رب هب لي من الصالحين فبشرناه بغلام حليم فلما what's the ayat? فبشرناه بغلام حليم فلما رأى معه السعي قال يا بني إني أرى في المنام أني أذبحك فانظر ماذا ترى قال يا أبت افعل ما تؤمر ستجدني إن شاء الله من الصابرين فلما أسلما وتله للجبين وناديناه أن يا إبراهيم قد صدقت الرؤيا إنا كذلك نجزي المحسنين. I was talking about the story of Ibrahim alayhi salatu salam and Ismail. You know, he says he saw in his dream that he's going to slaughter his own son. Anni adhu. But although he's going to say terrible thing about slaughtering a man. If I say I'm going to slaughter Mazin or my son Omar, if I say I saw in my dream last night that I'm going to slaughter you, then my son will die 999. Yeah, this is child abuse, man. But he says, Ya Bunayya, inni ara fil manam. Bunay. Why? Bunay. This is غير المادية, and also two ya is there because of tashdid, shadda. Okay, let's concentrate, inshallah. We'll talk about this story, inshallah. Shay. Some people they say shay. They stop here. Shay. You see the difference?
Alayhim. Here are the three sounds of the middle part of the tongue side by side to compare their technique and their sounds.
Can you please say that?
Edge.
Again? Good, because it's easy. It's in English as well.
Edge. Esh. Ash.
Ay. Not big.
Finally.
Yeah. Not ay. You see the difference? Subhanallah.
Since these letters are quite common in many languages around the world, there aren't many common mistakes related to them, except for one, which is related to jim. Some learners leave a little gap between the tongue and the hard palate, which turns the jim into a continuous fricative sound.
Please concentrate on this, because although these are the easiest makharij or the pronunciation or the phonics or phonetics, whatever term you use, but still we make mistake. And the author is saying where we make mistake. We think, oh, this is easy. Jim, oh, it's in Bengali, in English. You know, ja is there. Sh is there. Yeah is there. But still we make mistake. And listen to this, please. Fascinating.
And this sound
And this sound does not exist in the Quran at all. This mistake sounds like this. Al-Jannah waji ajrahum ajrahum. And this is how they are supposed to sound like. Al-Jannah waji ajrahum ajrahum. So these are the three sounds that are produced from the middle part of the tongue. Jim, Sheen, Al-Ya, Ghayrul Maddiyya. Thanks for watching. If you want to start reading and understanding,
so the thing is, the bottom line is, my dear brothers and sisters, although they are the easiest pronunciation in Arabic, still there is chance to make mistake. Yeah, if we don't practice. My dear brothers and sisters, it's very, very important. And as I said at the beginning, subhanallah, that if we can practice even ta'awud and basmala properly, inshallah ta'ala, and then 50% of the Quran we can read, perfectly, inshallah, business. We'll go a bit backwards today, inshallah. We'll practice ta'awud and basmala today, inshallah ta'ala, billahi tawfiq. And we'll concentrate today on wastul lisan, the middle part. This jim, sheen, and ya, ash, and ay. Yeah? If you even make mistake on other letters, I'm not going to tell you. Understand? So we focus on these three letters, inshallah. Bit by bit we are, and slowly but surely we're getting there, right? Sheikh, كيف هذا؟ هذه الدراسة؟ أحسن. كيف أحسن؟ نعم. نعم. صح. الله يجزيك الخير. الله يجزيك الخير. أي نعم. حتى العرب يعني خطأ، يعني خطأ. لو أنت عرب أو مغاري أو باكستاني ما في إشكال. أي نعم. أي نعم. الله يجزيك الخير. الله يعطيك العافية. أنا الرسول عليه الصلاة والسلام قال: لا فضل عربي على أعجمي إلا بالتقوى. There is no superiority on non-Arab over an Arab, or vice versa. And he says taqwa is important, the piety, because inna akramakum inda Allah yataqakum. He is the best person, or she is the best person, or most respectful person to Allah, who has got piety, taqwa. So important is taqwa. MashaAllah, tabarakallah. Huh? Or they say Egyptian, they don't pronounce jim. I sometimes say to them, in Qahira there is the mosque, there is the masjid. They say, what? In Qahira there are many masajid. I said, they say, in Qahira there are many masajid. There are many masjid. So they say masjid, not masjid, because instead of jim they pronounce ga, not ja, masjid. So if you say إِذَا جَاءَ نَصْرُ اللَّهِ وَالْفَتْحِ, Egyptians, if they don't read the Quran from the Quran, if they in the class, subhanallah, subhanallah, if it is not formal, then they will say إِذَا جَاءَ نَصْرُ اللَّهِ. Instead of Jidda, they say Gedda. Am I right? Gedda. So, anyway, subhanallah. But we need to stick to Quranic Arabic, the way our Rasul alayhi salatu got the revelation from Jibreel alayhi salatu. That's very important. Okay, let's say ta'awud again, inshallah. This time I'm going to say 3 times and you will say once, inshallah. Is that all right? Siraj bhai, can you please stop me when it's adhan time? Okay, how many times, how many minutes we have got? 2 minutes? 10 minutes, okay, inshallah. Okay, inshallah. Inshallah, we'll try. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. Say now, please. MashaAllah. Sheikh Abdul Fattah. Now I'm going to ask everybody, inshallah. Yes, go on. So I will see whether your sheen is correct, your jim is correct, yeah, inshallah ta'ala, and your yeah. Yes, Brother Fayaz. Your sheen and jim, mashallah, yes. And Brother Mazin. Very good. Mizan bhai. Excellent. Brother, there, over there. Wonderful. Abdul Nullah bhai. Wonderful. Mano bhai. Very good. Mashallah. Very good, brother. Brother Siraj. Well done, well done, well done. Excellent, Brother Abdul Fattah. You should be teaching. He is a Hafiz, I believe. You are Hafiz of the Quran, right? Don't lie, don't lie. I go in today. He doesn't want to lead the prayer, but I know for the fact that he is Hafiz. MashaAllah. Brother Akbar. Jazakallah khairan. Brother Din. Very good. Your sheen and ta, absolutely wonderful. Yes. Excellent, mashallah. Brother Muhammad. Shaitanir Rajim, Shaitanir Rajim, 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 Rajim. Excellent. Yeah, Brother Imran. Together, all together, inshallah. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. 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 Now I'll say Basmala 3 times. But there is a masala I want to say very carefully. When you read the Quran and from middle of the surah, middle, anywhere middle, not the beginning, then you must say A'udhu Billahi Minash Shaitanir Rajim. Because this is the direct command from Allah. Fasta'idh Billahi Minash Shaitanir Rajim. Yeah. But if you say from the beginning, then you say Ta'awudh and Basmala as well, inshallah. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Just listen. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Now say. Brother Abdul Fattah. Excellent. Brother Fayaz. He wasn't there when we did Ha class, the heavy one from Awsat al-Halq. But those who are here, please make sure you say Rah, not not subhanallah. You hurt yourself and you were saying not this When you annoyed, your child annoyed you, and you were saying that's Yes, this brother. Excellent. Yeah, Brother Mazin. Excellent, Brother Mizan. Excellent. The other brother, what's your name? Okay, can you please say? Rahman, Rahim. Well done. Halfway. Excellent. Monoway. Rahman is okay. Rahim, you need to work a bit, inshallah. Rahim, ha. Yes, Brother Muhammad. Excellent. And what's your name, brother? Ishaq. Isa, alayhi salam. MashaAllah. Can you please? Brother Siraj, well done. Very good, Brother Abdul Fattah. Brother Akbar, inshallah. Excellent, Brother Deen. Not Rahim, Rah. Yeah, yes. The next one is Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin. If your ha is not correct on Rahman, then you will say Alhamdulillah. And the moment you say Alhamdulillah instead of Alhamdulillah, that means you expect the destruction of Allah. Astaghfirullah. But we want to praise Allah. Alhamdulillah means all praise. Yes, brother. Excellent, yes. Very good, mashallah. We're trying, yes. Very good, alhamdulillah. We need to try this ta'awuz and basmala. In the next session, inshallah, I will talk about, I'm saying now, we'll talk about we've already covered lisan, aqsa lisan, we already covered wastul lisan, we'll cover tarful lisan, that side, yeah? Not the tarful lisan means tip of the tongue, but we'll cover the side of the tongue, inshallah. But the thing is, we'll cover just one letter, Dad. This is the most trickiest letter in the entire Quran. We need to cover. If it is not perfect, then in every time you read dal instead of Dad, the meaning gets changed in very bad way. That's why we'll cover this, inshallah, in the next session. Those who are on YouTube, on Facebook, inshallah. But this is your task. For the next session, ta'awudh and basmala. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم Rahman, Rahim. You need to practice these two verses, inshallah. Jazakumullah khairan for coming in. Invite others, inshallah. I think it's beneficial. I don't know how much I did. I tried my best. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.